For 23 years, Central Ohioans have enjoyed Channel 4 garden expert Tom McNutt's folksy, down-home style, but tomorrow will be his last Saturday morning gardening show. He took a few minutes away from his well-tended gardens to chat with us.
I spent many years, I started my career as a teacher of vocational agriculture. I grew up on a farm where we had to do a lot of our work, and I can remember baling hay and getting 50 cents a day and think it was darn good wages, So I've had the fact that we've learned a lot about people, and growing up with a family of 8 kids, 7 boys and 1 girl, that it gives you something. But I learned early on in teaching that you have to reach the people before you're going to teach them. If you just stand out there and say, I'm going to educate you, you don't get it. So you have to get their attention, and you have to really reach them and know what makes them tick. And you need to make it interesting. I remember one time when I was teaching school, and I had a hard of hearing boy in my classroom, and I knew that every time Bobby turned his hearing aid down, I was getting boring. And so that was my signal. That was my signal that, you've got to keep up, and you've got to keep eye contact, and you've got to involve them into the process. Another thing, we had done a kind of a fundraising campaign, and the Hooters were involved. Now, the Hooters were involved in the fundraising campaign that we did for a charity. And the anchor that was on that Saturday morning happened to be from Indiana and was a Hoosier. And so what I said to her, because she was there with me doing the show before, or doing the benefit before, and I said, well, it was good. And I said, I really, really had fun talking with the Hooters. And I said, called her by name and said, no, you were a Hooter, weren't you? I mean, Hoosier. And that kind of got the crowd. I think that the news director kind of said, well, that's just about there. People think I'm kind of folksy, down to earth, and I just love to talk with people when I go out on book signings or go out on some of the other things that we do. We do just chat and also answer gardening questions. And I think a lot of people out there have a question or a problem, but they don't know how to ask the question. And you have to kind of help them through kind of like 20 questions to get to the real point of what they're trying to describe. But I'm going to use as my closing line, I think, and I know when you're going to use this, but I do say my final goodbye to the people on the TV. I'm going to really say something like, in farming, because I go back onto the farm from coming from the farm. In farming terminology, I have to admit I'm approaching and entering the harvest period of my life, and it's people like my family and my friends that have really supported me and given me information and given me encouragement to make this little farm boy from Hardin County feel like the luckiest guy in the world. And I'm going to thank them for allowing me to be in their gardens, their homes, and their lives, and just say, keep growing and walk away in the sunset.